Wastelanders, welcome back to The Last Ranger, and I'm your host, Gary. So, I want to do a little bit of a quick look or short just on this knife. I've been carrying this knife a little bit lately. This is one of my favorite knives. It's kind of an underrated gem of a knife, I would say. It's the QSP HAWK. I don't know how this slipped under the radar, because to me this is better than the QSP Penguin. I've never owned a Penguin, and I really don't have any plans to, because I own the HAWK, and for me the HAWK it's a better knife. So this, I'm not sure, but I think this came in 14C28N from the start, and I think the Penguin came in D2. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, I've always been a fan of 14C28N steel. I used to follow Kershaw. I used to have a Kershaw Knockout. I have like quite a few of them. I used to own 8 at a time. Before I started this channel, I used to be in love with the Kershaw Knockout. I would carry it every day, maybe 15 to 20, at least 15 years. I don't remember when it came out, but I carried it a long time. I think about 15 years, maybe. This knife is pretty much gone under the radar. It's pretty underrated. It's not totally underrated, because I believe they still produce this. They probably produce them from 14C28N steel all the way probably to S35VN steel. They got all kinds of scales. They have wood, carbon fiber. I don't know if they have G10, but they have a vast array of micartas. I owned blue micarta and this green micarta, and I used to own the blue. I gave it away in a giveaway in my channel, and I kept the green one. And I must say, this micarta is really good. If you have like blood on your hands for skinning a hobo, or just wet soaking water on your hands, this micarta becomes super grippy. And I like that it has 2 forms of deployment. You can thumb stud it, you can flipper tab it out, and it's easy to like spidey flick it out too. You know, reverse flick it out. I call it spidey flicking out. You know what I mean. It's sort of like just has 2 forms of deployment. I wouldn't count spidey flick in, because not everyone can do that. So anyway, I just enjoy this knife. It has a really interesting blade shape. It's called a drop point, but it's almost a spear point, but has wonderful jimping. It has a really nice thumb studs. You can get a good grip on it. I love how the thumb studs are raised a little bit, so you can flip it out. And I almost never use the flipper tab. And since I have become a big advocate of thumb studs, I really like thumb studs now. I use the thumb stud primarily all the time. Sometimes I'll spidey flick it out, but mostly I just use it as a typical thumb stud. Has a wonderful lanyard hole, generous lanyard hole. You can get paracord easy through that. I'm not fond of the clip. It has a deep carry clip. I'm fond of that, but I always thought that would be a really good knife to get a milled clip on it, because it's only a $55 knife, but it looks to me like a knife that needs a milled clip. So it's very nice. Especially I like the micarta. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick look in there and just remind everybody the QSP HAWK is a really good knife, and it's a very good EDC knife. I think if you looking for an EDC knife and you just want to get a knife that does it all, just pick up the QSP HAWK, preferably in something like a Micarta. It's very good grip. It remains grippy to the end. All right, take care, Wastelanders.